Oh yeah, it's New Beginnings coming up this week.
Ah, yes. Get this camera nice.
But
There we go.
it's Nagoya first, and then Osaka. All right. Thought
All
usually
right.
Osaka's usually the second one.
Yes. I think Osaka, and then matter of fact, there's two new beginnings. Osaka
Yeah,
and
yeah. There's no, it's actually three because there's Nagoya, there's Osaka, then Sapporo.
oh yeah, I keep on forgetting we got three. I keep on thinking about get two. Well, back in the day we had two, but
Oh
but
damn.
yes,
And the New Japan Cup day. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up right here, man.
that's in March. The New Japan
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah, yeah. It's right before my mama's birthday, but
And also March Madness.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I got that coming up. Then the Windy City Riot coming up in April. Oh, the anniversary show as well. Right, actually, the anniversary show's the day before the New Japan Cup starts.
Oh yes, we can't forget about that.
Yep. And yeah, and all I just gotta say is there was surprises, surprises, surprises.
Ta, is a whole heap of surprises.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
all right, let's get this show on the road. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Hio Carbacco, and we are the Rebels, and welcome to the 75th episode of Embrace the Thirst.
And of course, it's your boy Diamond Dalreese Page, making sure that you, and honor the enforcer, feel the thirst and, of course, feel the bang.
And The Rock. Anyway, so we have a
Hey, don't make me
banger.
see you over there, man. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, my bad. They
ah,
already said that. Join up.
yes, I'm pretty sure Damon Dash try to sue us. But anyway, so we got a banger of the episode. We're going to talk about TNA, Hard to Kill, and we know I'm watching the match between Josh Alexander and
Whoa.
Hammerstone.
Yo, I got when we get to that one, I was like, yeah, I got to talk heavy on that one. But
Yes.
and of course, with this being our 75th episode, and of course, hence the name, and then we're not just going to talk about DDP though, but we're going to talk about some of wrestling's true diamonds and all that.
Oh, oh yes. Talking about Diamonds, the character like DDP, Sky Hall, who played as a Diamond
Jewels,
character, and
and,
of
and of
course,
course, jewel diamonds, because of course, the $1 million belt. And,
the one most lovable championship, the Spinner title.
yep.
So, yeah, let's talk about Hard to Kill. I know everybody has
Yeah.
seen it. Matter of fact, before Hard to Kill, we got to talk about the championship title they unveiled last week. And let me tell you something. Me or all of us who's a big belt collector fans, I would say this. They got the best belt collection. They got the best belt
Yo,
sets since
I'm about to say
WCW.
this right now. When y'all showed me the X Division title, I was like, yeah, yo, I thought the original looked good, but the new one, yo, blows it out the fucking water. And that's hard for me to say as a TNA guy, because especially when it comes to the X Division, because that's my favorite. Because like many people, yo, X Division was my joint back in the day, and yo, but TNA they stepped their game up when it came to the belts. I ain't gonna lie, because X Division title looked nice. The world title looked nice. I didn't get a really good look at the tag team titles, but yeah,
Ooh, the tag team title, the color red. It when I saw it, it reminded me of the USA tag team title in the NWA, but the
yeah,
design of it, it looked phenomenal. It looked pretty great. And not only that, I find out the maker who made the title named Hellfire Design, who's on Instagram and Facebook, part of the Belt Collection, the Belt Group. I've seen his work, and he do belts for pretty much for everybody, and even for the video game for WWE 2K, for community creation. So when I saw his name, I'm like, wow, I just followed this dude for almost like 2 years, and he made it to Impact Wrestling. I mean TNA. He created the titles for them, and bro, it looked really amazing. And me being a belt collector, I will get all three of them titles: the world title, the X Division title, and the tag team title. The divisional title was good as I expected. Um, the women title is pretty awesome. They got the white title. It's kind of like called back to the knockout title. That's what I love about it. And also the knockout tag team title as well. But they did an awesome job. Got a best collection of the title out of the wrestling group, including New Japan and Noah. But when you get new title, it leads to a new era, and definitely got to talk about Hard to Kill, because the way they did it, I feel like TNA is back. Even their
yeah.
speech from Eric Young, and he pretty much talked about all the people who slept on TNA. Y'all push them out the way. Y'all laugh, you kiki, and pretty much he tell y'all, "Fuck y'all, we still here." That's I got a feel for TNA. So
yeah.
it feel like TNA and you.
Now we're back stronger than ever, and yeah, I had to say this now. Although I missed the opening a little bit, but yeah, they definitely had a solid way to start off with Rich Swann and Steve Macklin going one on one, and yo, I gotta say, I like that KIA finisher from Macklin.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, because like when he gets that, yeah, because it's kind of like a pedigree meets Death Rider for anybody who wants to see what it looks like. But yeah, when he spikes you with that, it's definitely match. And unfortunately for Rich Swann, it definitely was. But I had to say this was a solid opener for the pre-show. Um, oh, but let me get to this part because I know y'all was I was wilding out on this one. All right, so AJ Francis, who y'all know, Top Dollar, and DJ Hookit came out because they were supposed to premiere they AJ's video We Outside. But yeah, Joe Hendry comes out and all I gotta say is this, and I damn, I didn't share the video with y'all. But if y'all go on YouTube right now, it's definitely up. It says Joe Hendry interrupts AJ Francis. Y'all have got to see this this video that Joe Hendry did. If y'all laughed at the stripper Kenny video he did for Kenny King, this one, oh my god, I seriously could not hold it together.
Oh my god, he did a joke about AJ flipping over the damn rope on SmackDown.
Yep.
That
and called it and he called him the Cheez-It champion of the world.
Yes, that's the part. And plus, I got cheesy in my refrigerator. But yes, that's the part. that was funny. We talked about it. Oh my god, and the fans fuck with it too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, yeah, Joe wound up getting his ass whooped for it. But yeah, I was about to say, who could? I ain't know who could got physical though. He like hit him with the smashed him with the laptop and knocked him out. But anyway, though, Joe Hendry, yeah, you starting to become the national treasure. Status.
Yeah, DJ Who Kiss everywhere. He was in AEW.
AEW, yep.
Now he's on TNA, so I think he's gonna be around with AJ Francis if he stick around.
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, because I know. Didn't who could? Didn't he perform Swerve's joint one time?
Yes. For
I had for all. If not all in, then it was definitely for something because. Because I know like they because I know like a couple times when like Swerve was having rappers in the audience. Yeah, because I know like when you had Rick Ross, who I know he had Rick Ross up there, and then who kid. Then I was like trying to remember some of the other people that they was having in the audience, whatnot. But yeah. All right, and then we go into tag team action as the TNA Originals. And of course, Frankie Kazarian and Showtime Eric Young took on diehard Eddie Edwards and the most professional wrestler in the world, Brian Myers. And got this new faction called The System. Of course, consisting of Moose, Eddie and Alicia Edwards, Brian Myers, and it took me a moment to figure out, I was like, wait a minute, who that black dude? Because I knew he looked familiar, and then I was like, wait a minute, D'Angelo Williams. I'm like, I'll be damned.
Yes, Moose tag team partner from way back.
Yeah.
Great
ex-Panther. Yeah.
Yes. But but it was an entertaining tag team match between the System and oh Lord, damn team.
Yeah, Kaz and Showtime EY. Yeah. I can see that, man. I had actually forgotten. Oh, I had actually forgotten it was like that when Kazarian teamed up, that he and EY actually were in a match together, like when they debuted in TNA back in 03, and I was like, damn, they are Easter egging this show tonight.
Yeah, they got to, because this is their big returning for TNA, and that part of history, kind of like connecting all the dots. And you start with the original, then you end it with the OG, not OG, but New Beginning. We could talk about really later.
Yeah,
but great match.
Yep, and of course, Edwards got the. Oh no, actually Myers got the pin on Kazaz after they did the roster cut and then the Boston Knee Party. Yep. So System getting off to a good start. Then in the final matchup, we had the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer, defending the TNA Digital Media Championship against Crazy Steve. And this was definitely a pass the torch moment here, because from the Menagerie to Decay, it's like Crazy Steve's always been like one of those dudes who, like, you put him in any type of hardcore situation and he's going to thrive. And this one, no exception. And I had to say the ending, though. Yeah, tying Dreamer's hands up, putting all the forks up in them, and drop kicking them in the chest and whatnot. And
it's a whole lot of forks. I think it's time. I think it's time for Rhythm Forks. Cause it's a whole bunch of forks.
I got that one. Yeah, except that'd be Hammer's second business right there.
Yeah, because he used a whole lot of forks, like forks on the shirt, forks on the chest. I'm like, God damn, a lot of forks. But I get it, because to begin the whole storyline, he stabbed Tommy Dreamer in the back with a fork, which that was entertaining. But it was like hardcore.
Tommy.
Yeah. But it was really a hardcore match. That's up to Tommy Dreamer, and I figured that Crazy Steve go win his championship title. In the past, he did win a tag team title with Abyss of Decay back in the day, and now he going solo, win his first solo title, I remember.
Yep.
So great move, great start. Do we see more with Retirement Dreamer and Crazy Steven? Or Crazy Steve? Maybe, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. The divisional title surprisingly got some prestige. It's slightly better than New Japan TV title. I know Antonio hate that title, but but the divisional media title, I felt like it's more prestige now. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a joke. I feel like it's part of the title. It's reminded me back in the day with the television title in WCW days, ECW days with television title for that promotion. Hell, even NWA.
Yep.
So I see great things from Crazy Steve. I see a good title reign from him. But overall, that match was violent, a little bit bloody, but it was violent. It was up to the par.
Yep. All right. Then we go to the main. All right. Then we're going to the main pay-per-view, and man, talk about the most TNA way to start an episode. Of course, a match popularized by TNA. In fact, I believe it's the only place it's ever done. Of course, we're talking about Ultimate X, but for only the second time in TNA history, it would be Knockouts Ultimate X. Of course, this was featured the Puerto Rico badass Tasha Steelz, the only person in this match who actually held the Knockout Championship. Of course, Alicia Edwards, who we just got done talking about from the system. Danny Luna, of course, from Subculture. Jody Threat, the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw, and making her TNA debut. Yep, Zaya Brookside, who you guys may remember from NXT UK. Well, alongside Danny Luna as well. And I had to say this, the ladies definitely, I had to say this one, definitely a great way to start the show off, because it was like, they actually wrestled this like kind of paced in a way, because and especially with the Alicia, it was like, because the way they were beating on her while she was trying to climb up, it was like she sold perfectly. It's like the physicality is like sometimes that you gotta try and use whatever you can, because you done got wrecked by like other parts of your body that you gotta kind of like improvise on how you want to climb and then go across the X.
I feel like it was more building up the pace. I feel like first to start off, wrestle and try to figure it out how they're gonna grab the X, while other knockouts, try to go for the win. It was like a old school X division back in, I think, 09 or 08. We got multiple people.
Yeah.
It was not chaotic, but it was more pacing. It was more building up. It wasn't sloppy. A little stumble,
Yep.
but it wasn't sloppy. It wasn't bad enough to be on Botchmania, thank God. But the style of the match is great. Nothing too chaotic, nothing too crazy. The best high spot I've seen. We got Tasha Steele hit her with the RKO or cutter into the crowd. People jumping off at the same time. Traditional Ultimate X style. Also, Gazelle Shaw and Tasha Steele and Lona climb up, gun for the X at the exact same time. It reminded me of Chris Sabin and AZ Styles and Pete Williams try to go for that X.
Yeah.
That's what reminded me of it. And Gazelle Shaw snatched the X, at which I'm very, very happy to see her win. and she earned a shot for the knockout title in near future.
Yeah, and I see this as like yeah, yeah, the quintessential diva reigned supreme, and yeah, got the first pay-per-view win of the new TNA era. It's a good job for Giselle on that one. All right, then next up. All right, so this started as a singles match. Of course, it's the French Canadian Frankenstein PCO went one on one with Dirty Dango. Oh wait, my bad. Yeah, but surprise, surprise. Yeah, uh, Oleg Prudius, who you may know as formerly as Vladimir Kozlov from WWE. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I had to admit, like when I took a look at him, I was like, "Damn, dude!" Like, yeah, because first of all, like he got like a full beard now, so that already was like hard enough to. But yeah, dude is like freaking shredded now.
He looked much better shape when he was in WWE because you don't see him wrestle that much, or you don't see him in the indies. You see him in movies and other stuff, and or catch him on Instagram. But for him, still keep up the pace and still wrestle, which I want to see him and Santino reunite. He looked phenomenal. And it's the 6-man tag match.
Yep,
Phenomenal.
Wait, did you say Santino? Yeah, because you see, that would actually explain why this stopped from a singles match to a tag match. Because yeah, of course, like I said, Alpha Johnny Bravo. Yeah. Yeah, he and Oleg got involved. Of course, the War Machine, the Man Beast Rhino, came to PCO's aid. But then Santino's that no. Not on the first new show of the DNA. Yeah. Tonight, I make this a 6-man tag. All right. Yeah, trying to be an Italian Teddy Long, but yeah, making this a tag team match. Yeah, thank goodness Santino didn't say play it or holla holla. But
oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah. oh no, if he would have said it, it would have been. Yeah, but yeah, Jake something would wind up rounding out the team, and yeah, at one point, yeah, Dango tried to pull Bravo in the route for with PCO's finisher, but yeah, unfortunately for him, Dango wound up getting we need my Paul Heyman voice for this one. Gore! Yeah. And then of course PCO hit the moonsault for the win. And there you go, PCO, Rhino, and Jake something leave Las Vegas with the victory.
Very interesting. No, entertaining tag team match. Everybody did their part. A great build. Get the show going. Great vibe. So I like it. Yep. And other note, Green Bay Packer is kicking Dallas Cowboys ass.
Yeah, again.
Oh
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, even though Dallas did score at the end of the first half, but yeah. Anywho's, but then we had a surprise, and this one caught me off guard because all of a sudden, here comes MK Ultra, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, making a surprise appearance. Now, keep in mind, this was unadvertised.
Ooh, nobody see that coming here. Plus, now that it's the first time we see the new Knockout Tag Team title, because that's the only title they did not reveal. So I saw it like, okay, I see the tag team title look unveiled, look pretty nice. Yep. And then we see the static.
Yep.
surprises and returning of Decay.
Yep.
I was stoked. I was happy, even though I love the other characters. Don't get me wrong, I like that one.
Jeff Dolls, yeah.
But seeing Decay come back, it was refreshing. The fans love it. They embrace it, and it was one hell of a good tag team match. A lot of cheeks, but it was one hell of a tag team match.
Yeah. Remember, we gotta support the all elite cheeks here, y'all. But
yes, all cheeks matters.
yeah, I like that one too. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new era, new champions. Congratulations, Rosemary and Havoc. Yep, defeating Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich. Yeah, and Dembe. I love when Decay. I love when Decay brings out their dark side because yeah because we've done like Rosemary, who by the way does not age at all apparently. Yeah, and Jessica Havoc just her name just says it all. Like anytime you unleash him, havoc will ensue. And unfortunately for MK Ultra, if whips and chains excite you, then unfortunately, then Rosemary and Havoc took away your excitement. Yeah.
And I don't think it'll be the last time we'll see MK Ultra and Decay one last time. We may see a little stipulation match. I hope some whips and change. And I would love to see some whip and chain.
That might have a Monsters Ball.
I would love to see that. But as long as we don't have no whip and chains on February, we'd be
that's what I'm thinking about.
That'd be a bad look. And you got female knockouts in the match and whip it. Never mind. That'd be bad.
Anyway, afterwards we had Scott D'Amore come out with Dorian Pena, of course, the son of Antonio. Yeah, I believe the son of Antonio Pena, and of course the AAA owner. And they signed the contract. Now it is official. TNA, AAA. Yep. They have a now working relationship once again. And that's glad to see. And I had to say, and I think I don't know if I said this with y'all, if I said this under the Wrestle Chat, but I was like, first thought that went through my mind, will we have another World X Cup?
You know what? With the relationship with AAA, and I'm pretty sure AAA have their own tournament. I think we may see a tournament towards AAA than TNA, because I think last summer they had like a World Cup of their own, and had like AEW participate, got different promotion participate. If they do a World Cup X, that would be a phenomenal look. I would love to see to bring that back, like back in the teen days.
Oh yeah. Especially when you consider how our triple threat match for the X Division title went down. I was like, that's what made me think about it. And y'all, I will say this. If y'all did not watch this match, go watch it now. Chris Sabin defending the X Division title against the Time Splitter Kushida and AAA Mega Champion El Hijo de Vikingo. And if you want to know why they say X Division is not about weight limit, it's about no limits. Like I said, just watch this match and it'll pretty much like show you why you even fell in love with the X Division in the first place.
I love it. It was fast paced, old school fast paced. Kushida, he bring his technical style. Chris Sabin bring that old school X Division, but Vinico, he too big for X Division. Not wise, not size wise, but his speed and his skill. Because if he become the X Division champion, good luck. I'm taking that tie away from him. Because dude is a fucking beast. The only way you could defeat him if other Triple A defeat him. But in here, I think they try to slow him down or try to hold him down. I meant, they couldn't. But luckily, Chris Sabin found a way to win, to retain his X Division title, and also before the match, the announcer or the commentary bring up a good point. Chris Sabin being a 10-time X Division champion, but he held on the title, different version of the X Division title throughout his career. So that part is amazing, and you just gotta think back, like the very first X Division title, the old school version, then the X Division title during the 2006 or 7, and then they got the what was the GFW X Division title look like? No, the Intercup version of the X Division title, the blue and the green, and then of course the Gold Force edition, and then the last one, the blue. Well, he held the red version, but he never held the blue version. And now he holds the current X Division title, and he's one of the X Division GOAT. So,
and you think 10 times Sabin's been X Division champion, and I was about to say, like, I know originally they called AJ Styles Mr. TNA. Right now, I have to say it's Chris Sabin, because the man's pretty much done it all there in that company.
Yeah, I think he's right next to AJ Styles, like former world champion, former X Division, and former tag team champion. You can't deny that, and plus he is original TNA since day one. You can't take that away from him, even though he is wrestling different promotion, but his home is always and will be TNA. And once he hang up his boots, he will be in the TNA Hall of Fame, in which I can see that near future.
Dude, without a doubt. And I just want to say this, like, Kushida and Vikingo, man, I would tell you this, like, even though we have seen Sabin versus Kushida, I would like to say that Sabin versus Vikingo 1-on-1, Kushida versus Vikingo 1-on-1, or hell, even a rematch between Sabin and Kushida. I'm like, take my money, dude. Because, man, what a hell of a match. Again, Chris Sabin with the Cradle Shock. Doing it again, remaining your X Division champion. But then, we saw a mystery lady come out, but we didn't quite get her face yet. But we find out like a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
One thing we would know was that it was Hammer time. Well, actually more Hammerstone time, because Alex Hammerstone walked in and he would go 1-on-1 against the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. And I know you've occasionally heard me say this, and I say, usually there's a certain match on a show where I say, I feel sorry for the match that has to follow that one. This may have been one of the rare occasions where I actually wound up eating my words when I said that, because if I thought Vikingo and Sabin and Kushida was going to be matching the night, Alexander versus Hammerstone, kind of had me retracting that statement pretty quick.
It also give TNA a shout out for Acknowledge MOW. Shout out for that. But that match, it was, how can I say it, fundamental, because Josh Alexander, great technician, Hammerstone, a powerhouse guy, and very athletic as well. But when you got two guys smashing up, it's kind of like, I hope it goes in, like Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, because of size, or even Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, technical style. But with these two guys wrestle each other, you feel like you're watching New Japan Strong. Just the style, just the how they flow one another, and also it giving me Ring of Honor vibe, because when Hammerstone lost a match, which a phenomenal match, he didn't look weak. I felt like he looked strong, and you got like out smart him, outmaneuver him, just to beat him, because he was a tough competitor against Josh Alexander, and I don't think Josh Alexander had fought anybody like him before.
No,
But
like I said, and Josh Alexander's been a man who's like fought damn near everybody.
Yes, best world champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, he fought everybody in this one. I think this is the guy who pushed him to a limit, like really pushed him to his boundary. So
Yeah.
that's the one thing I love about that match. Well, I put that match of the month, of course. Match of the year, too early to say, but it's in my radar. I would say definitely in my radar.
Yeah, and I would see this and I actually wanted to go off the analogy and I'll round it out. I'll say it could even be like a Benoit versus Brock, because what's funny is and you mentioned Hammerstone being deceptively agile for a man of his size, but then again, look at a guy like Alexander, he's deceptively strong.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was about to say lifting guys like Hammerstone or Moose and like other people that Josh wrestled over the years. Yo, the he's got like that. I would say this. He reminded me a little bit of Claudio Castagnoli, because he's got that lean build, but yeah, they are like freakishly strong.
Yeah, he got that good strength. And speak of Benoit, I got him.
Good. Action figures, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and don't get mad at me. I got it for Christmas. But yeah.
Before ultimately giving Alexander the win exactly 15 minutes, but great show of respect afterwards for both men. And yeah, the Vegas crowd definitely popping for that one.
Oh yeah, and you could tell that those Las Vegas fans are a purist fans, because they love every single moment of it. So yeah, they got the crowd really hype and active.
Yeah. By the way, I should mention. Of course, this being the Hammerstone's TNA debut as well. So I believe that was one. All right, so that was two debuts we had, because Zaya being first. All right, then debut number 3 happened in our next match. It was a fatal 4-way for the TNA World Tag Team titles as ABC. And Ace Austin and Chris Bay defended the titles against former champions the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Speedball Mike Bailey and the Laredo Kid. I should mention Trent Seven was supposed to be Bailey's partner, but unfortunately, travel issues prevented him because of like some severe weather that had been going on here throughout the states. And then last but not least, yeah, the third debut of the night here at TNA Hard to Kill, from the grizzled young vets, soon to be TNA's number 1. Yeah. Love you, Zach. Yeah.
Yes.
I had to say, like, this match definitely went all over the place, and I mean that in a good way. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to retract my words for the second match in a row, because I was like, damn, I thought nothing was gonna top Hammerstone and Alexander, but this match it was pretty damn good in its own right. So I'd say this TNA was definitely killing it tonight, and especially with this match order, I was like, I felt like I was watching WrestleMania 19 because it was just like
Ooh.
every match was like so good, and it was like, damn, it was like hard for me to pick which match was the worst.
Spoiler: there was none. No worse
Yeah,
match. You know what? To be honest with you, the Fatal Four, pretty much overall, it gave me that NXT vibe. Like last year, I've been saying it gave me that
like old school
NXT.
takeover. Yeah,
Yes, that's what gave me. That's what give me off. Like it give me that takeover vibe, like something we haven't felt for a long time. But for this one, it would give out banger after banger after banger, and the Fatal Four tag team match, it give you that uh takeover vibe. But with TNA, it's like, hey, we could produce not only great matches, but we can put up a great cards, or should I say, a great pay per view. Because when you walk away with a pay per view, you're not gonna say, "Oh, I like this match, this match." No, you can say you like the whole entire pay per view, and that's something that's very, very hard to do in this modern day era because you got one match is good, other matches are dull, and other matches like a banger, and then other matches like okay, a bathroom break. For this match, it's like great match, great match, great match, amazing match, great match, great match. Oh my fucking god, great match, and then on and on, and the most positive. It's like you go straight up. But for this one, the tag team match, it gave you that holy shit, it's a great ass match, dope ass match, because all four teams, including the great great young veteran Grizzly, I don't put the name, all four put their work in, and all of them was dope as hell. And not only that, they made us forget that that team made NXT. That's a great thing about that.
yeah. But when all was said and done, it was ABC getting that 1, 2, 3. Yep. Yeah. The ABC, they got that 1, 2, sweet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, the Renaissance and then the fold. Yeah. Yeah. That's their 1, 2, sweet, and then of course pinning. I think they pinned Wentz, if I'm not mistaken, but I knew it was one of the Rascals since they were the two legal guys in there. One, and of course, settling things there. ABC retaining the TNA World's Tag Team titles. Now, before we get to our next match, remember I said earlier in the show there was a woman that came out and we kind of couldn't tell who it was?
Hmm.
Well, we would find out who that woman would be. It would be none other than Ash by Elegance, aka the artist formerly known as Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I see the little bit of resemblance of Tony Storm, Timeless,
Yep.
but I hope we don't see the shoe, because if we do see that, that's gonna be a downfall for that character. But I do see like a classic character like Lace Evans. I do see that, or possibility a female version of Hunter Hearst Helmsley back in the day. But I'm do glad that we see Dana Brooks in TNA and see what she can do. Hopefully she can showcase her talent, something that she's been held back in WWE for a long time. So for this
Yep.
situation for her, I think it'd be a good look. The character, very questionable,
Yep.
but it's going to be a dope look. And now watching the knockout match for the Knockout Women World Championship.
Yep. Of course, this one, Jordan Gray. Of course, Trinity, the undefeated champion, taking on former two-time champion Jordan Grace, who, by the way, this was her call your shot cash in that she earned back at Bound for Glory.
Hmm.
Yep. And needless to say, this match was just what you thought it would be. Jordan Grace's power versus Trinity's agility and athleticism. And I had to say this one that we got to learn a lot about both of these ladies in this match because it was like, yeah, for Jordan Grace, yeah, we had to know like, was she more than just a power wrestler? And I had to say for stretches of this match, yeah, she actually looked great. Yeah, she actually like looked great in this one because yeah, especially like when Trinity was trying to lock in a Starstruck, and we had to see Grace work and not necessarily use her physical strength advantage that she had, but to actually work a wrestling counter out of it. It that was like some good stuff from her.
Yeah, and she looked more slimmed down, and when I missed the Big Mama Thick, um, she looked more. She looked more, slimmed down, more athletic. But the one thing I did give I saw in the clip that I hope she do stay in TNA because I feel like she got a lot more to give. But her title reign was phenomenal. She bring more eyes to TNA more than ever, and in performance in the ring, that's something we missed out in WWE. Because in WWE, yeah, she got opportunity, but not like this. Because she can tell a story, she could let her character blossom, and not only that, her title reign was not a joke. And plus, you can remember her title reign. That's one thing I do remember. You can remember her title reign from day one. So that's one thing I get one big takeaway. It does leave a big question: what's next for Trinity once she lost her title?
That's right, because Jordan Grace hitting the Juggernaut driver, and now a three-time TNA Knockouts champion. But we already saw Ash by Elegance already locking eyes with the champ, so we're just gonna have to sit back and wonder how that's gonna go. But then finally, we get to the main event. Of course, Alex Shelley, the TNA World Champion, he go one-on-one with the man from the Moose Nation and Enforcer, just for you, the man who delivers Moose, Motion. Yeah, that's right, the leader of the system. Yeah, and the myth, the legend Moose, and again another match where it was the strength versus the athleticism, and much like the knockouts match, the strength wound up winning.
Very, very great match. I see the clip of it, and I'll watch that one after the knockout. Very surprising ending. Like him with the spear from out of nowhere. And not only that, there was no interference, I believe. Like,
yeah, or they tried to, but Sabin wound up holding them. Sabin and Kushida wound up holding them off.
Ah, okay. So pretty much controversial a little bit.
Yeah, it was like yeah, because Myers and Edwards came out, and then yeah, D'Angelo Williams bet was also out with them, but then yeah, Sabin and Kushida like fought with them all the way to the back. So, but in the end, it was the no jackhammer needed for the win, and Moose regained the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But if only the story ended there.
Yes.
Because one of wrestling's hottest free agents, now available.
Oh yes.
Nick Nemeth making his TNA, and matter of fact, did made it a 164 fifth debut. And I had to say, TNA was definitely bringing out the surprises tonight, or last night, excuse me.
They ain't playing around. And plus, we just saw Nick from
New Japan,
New Japan
Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom. Hey, he compete for the global title. Now we're seeing him come at TNA. This is gonna be a year of the Nick.
Yep.
Because he going after the big title, and he gonna show that WWE dropped the ball big time. So overall, I'm still watching the show. Great match between all of them. Hard to Kill. They plant the flag. It's like, we here, and all you naysayers, all you shit talking bastards, people laugh, whatever, ignore TNA. Like, we still here. And there's a one sign that fans hold it up. It was funny. It got like WWE, AEW, and TNA. They have an Xbox X on the WWE box, X on AEW, and check mark on TNA. That means that, we here, we wrestling. So I see a lot of great things from TNA. What next for them? Well, we got Sacrifice, we got Snake Eyes, which that's next for Snake Eyes, and a lot of great movement, great future for them. So I would say a lot of big things and more big names coming to TNA. So I can't wait to see what's next for them.
Yeah, and yeah, all I gotta say is, man, I'm loving all of these surprises right now. Congratulations to everybody, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a little bit more on that one. Let's see, what else do we got coming up? Oh, let's go to our main topic for this one. Promo.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, it's 75 episodes, so 75. Yeah, that's usually your diamond celebration. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of various diamonds in the wrestling business, and of course, when you think of diamonds, you think of the diamond cutter, and the one man who, when he hit it, you never saw it coming. Just like his meteoric rise to popularity, Diamond Dallas Page. And you know what? Dallas is one of those dudes who, yeah, like if you saw this man's career, he was definitely that dude who put in the work until he got so hot that everybody had to recognize him.
Yeah, you look at his career, when you mentioned about DDP, people forgot that he used to drove a Cadillac in WrestleMania 7 or 8. No, was it WrestleMania 5 or 7? 6?
Yeah, because I was up at the Skydome with Honky Tonk. Yeah.
Yes. And see him be a driver to become one of the greatest wrestler in WCW history, it says a lot. And his early career in WCW wasn't even that bad. He was like DDP.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, because even if you go back to that, like beforehand, remember he was in AWA with the Diamond Exchange. They at one point he managed, believe it or not, the late great Kurt Hennig, who he beat nearly a decade later for the U.S. title. Managed him. He managed Medusa, of course. Remember the great female wrestler / Hall of Famer. Bad Company, who Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, who y'all would know later as the second version of the Orient Express in the WWE. And then you mentioned somebody, speaking of diamonds. Of course, Page managed Scott Hall, aka the Diamond Stud, and was tag team partners with Kevin Nash when he was Vinny Vegas in the Vegas Connection.
Mm-hmm. and then later on become the Insiders.
Yep.
The later days of WCW.
Yep. So you think like Diamond Dallas Page started as a manager, and keep in mind that Dally, I think, was already in his 30s, like when he broke into the business. So he was really starting later than most people do.
Yeah,
You and then to just shoot right on up into the latter part of WCW and ultimately becoming a 3-time world champ. I was like, man, Diamond Dallas Page was the epitome of yeah. I I know we like kind of tossed this phrase around a lot, but it was like to me, I think Diamond Dallas Page was the closest thing to a legitimate people's champion in wrestling because like I said, if you looked at his career and then imagine, wait, this dude became this? Yeah.
yeah.
Just like it says with the diamond cutter, we didn't see it coming.
Oh yes, the Diamond Cutter, one of the most well-known finisher in WCW history. Of course, Johnny Ace, and then later down the road, we know Randy Orton did the RKO. But DDP, when he did it in his time, it was innovative. Like he could hit you with a Diamond Cutter from anywhere. Either you Eddie Guerrero in midair, or you Macho Man Randy Savage, or even You're the Giant, or even Goldberg. He will hit you a Diamond Cutter, and he will get you any place, anywhere. And you look at his career or legacy, he a Grand Slam champion, former WCW Tag Team champion, former WCW Television champion, United States champion, and the World Heavyweight Championship. For him, he's a bona fide WCW legend. Of
Yep.
course, he moved to WWE and only won the European title and stalking
Yep.
Undertaker wife. And
Yep.
that's about it. Um,
But and not to mention, he actually, ironically enough, got the return to the very building where he started his first WWE venture. Because just like WrestleMania 6, he starts off driving that pink Cadillac for the Honky Tonk Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine. But then WrestleMania 18, he defends and retains the European Championship against Christian.
that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Show that big ass teeth.
Yeah. But
Oh,
that just goes to show the versatility of Diamond Dallas Page. And not only that, and of course, now doing the whole thing with DDP Yoga, um, saving the life of Jake the Snake Roberts, Scott Hall, amongst others. I was like, man, honestly, Diamond Dallas Page is definitely somebody who, yeah, when you think of the word overachiever, that's Dally because this is a dude who didn't ask for nothing. And it was like, yeah, people say, hey, man, you know what? You think we haven't really been paying attention to the work, but not only were we paying attention to the work, so are the people. And they're telling us, man, give you the ball, man. And he took it and ran with it because you think about his legendary feud with the Macho Man, going all the way from Spring Stampede all the way up to Halloween Havoc in '97. Then, of course, like I said, him winning the U.S. Championship. Yep, from Hennig and Starcade, and then, of course, his feud with the Raven, which got him attacked on MTV once.
I remember that. That's my all-time favorite feud. I know people love Macho Man and DDP, but for me, Raven versus DDP, that feud was spilled over to MTV because usually MTV will showcase, WWF, but with that time WCW was hot, and Raven bopped DDP across the head with a trash can lid and knocked him out unconscious. and he told a story, and that feud was awesome. Matter of fact, him and Chris Benoit
Yep.
feuding,
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah. It actually crossed over from Raven and Benoit to being yeah, and actually intertwined all three of them for a bit.
one of probably one of, if I say a long list of greatest triple threat match, I would put him around like top 10 or top 8, because as crossover media or uh uh crossover media to wrestling, and with a triple threat match for the United States title, the WCW United States title, which I got in my wall, made type prestige. And DDP is always a great storyteller, and not only that, he is probably the only WCW member, one of the few, did not join the NWO nor the Wolfpack or any faction.
Yeah. Nope, that's true. But yeah, speaking of diamonds, and by the way, it's 4116 Packers for anybody's wondering. And Lord, like I said, I am going to dread going into work on Tuesday because yeah. Yeah, my managers yeah. Yeah, my managers are both Cowboys fans. So yeah, if I want to ever have any good food from Texas Roadhouse ever again, which by the way is where I work now, y'all, just but all the shirt is pretty much dead giveaway. But yeah. yeah. Yeah, but see, DDP, that's one Dallas that can win.
Yes, still win championship longer than the Dallas Cowboys, who had not had held a title shot. The Dallas Cowboys had not won a title since Bret Hart was the W championship.
Damn. Or at least Sean's first title run. But anyway.
Yes, and
speaking of diamonds, yeah,
championship.
yeah. Let's go to a man who coined one of my all-time favorite phrases because apparently it's true in some parts. They say diamonds are forever, forever. My bad. But diamonds are forever. But so is the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and I tell you this. You know, say what you want about Rick, and trust me, everybody has. But yeah, I would tell you this: when Ric Flair used to came out, and when he actually did have Ric Flair drip, I was like, Rick would come out, and he would have like the flashiest shit imaginable, but yet, even though he was mostly a heel, and there's still something about him that made you love him.
Oh yes, like he bringing the drip way before word drip even invented.
Yeah.
Him and Dusty Rhodes, I wish I saw the clip.
Yeah,
but when
that's actually there's a lot of things when it came to Flair that before they became popular lexicon or whatever.
Oh yes. But when you think about Ric Flair, you think about a nice blinged out robe each and every single match. You think about the Rolex and the jewelry and gator shoes and a suit. But but the number one thing that the fans would never ever forget, including myself, is the big gold belt.
True.
Diamonds in the middle, rubies everywhere. Is one of the most prestigious championship title next to the NWA title, next to the Eagle Wing title, even the big Eagle Wing title. The big gold belt is one of the most respectable title. Also next to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, the version 4. One of the most well-known title. It's like one of the most beloved championship title ever because it is one of the most prestigious title, and it's redefining of world championship. NWA Heavyweight Championship.
I'll say this though. I'll even say this to follow up with what you're saying. I'll even say this was probably the first personalized championship ever because, and you just hit on it. When we think gold, diamonds, standing out, Rick, if that doesn't say Ric Flair, what did? Yeah.
Nothing. And certain people who look phenomenal with the big gold belt, of course, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Sting, who else? Even Hollywood Hulk Hogan, in which he defaced it.
Um, I'd even say, what the? I'd even say, for even though he only held it briefly, Great Muta.
Yes, Great Buddha. Charno.
Yeah, Master Chono. Yeah, Barry Windham.
Barry Windham, Rick Rude.
Yeah. Yeah, Rude definitely. Trying to think. No, Vader didn't hold it.
He held the old version of the WCW Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, the one that they had to blame when and of course we can't forget this moment. Yeah, when Rick took the title up to WWE and Bobby bringing it out on like Superstars and Challenge all the time to call him the real world champ. Yeah.
Oh my God! If anybody who's old school like us, if you got the Colin Cena video, and I don't know, they still got that version where they had the war title blurred out.
Yeah,
they got that shit blurred out because of lawsuit, but it was so cool. It was so crazy and cool. I wish you would do this shit in this modern day era, but that's slim chance. But it got so crazy. Ric Flair got his own version of the tag team title. It didn't even say world title, it say World Wrestling Champion with the tag team design, and I saw the picture of it. But yes, if you think about the personalized title, there's another one. Ted DiBiase with the $1 million championship.
Yep. And yeah, you want to talk about somebody who had a standout character. I mean, DiBiase, especially when he got the $1 million championship, I was like, man. And I had to say, when I first saw the belt, I was like, and that belt actually looked cool. And I actually found out, and thanks to a shoot that Ted did, like years after the fact, they literally had two belts. Like one was the replica, but the other one was legitimately the one that Ted personally had. That one legitimately had diamonds in it. And so they could tell which one was the real title and which one was the replica. Yeah. They actually had like 3 real diamonds in the back of it that we never got to see.
I would love to see that version because you got 3 diamonds in the bag. That means that's personally customized, and I think the price for that belt was like 50 grand. I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and what was funny is like that they literally hit. Trying to remember without looking it up, but like the jewelry that the jeweler that they had to go to make that does like, that was no small company right there. It was like they were one of the most elite jewelers, like within the area. So yeah, they weren't messing around using like cubic zirconia and whatnot. They was using real shit. Like that was like 24 karat gold. They were getting like flawless diamonds and trying to get it as cut as possible to make that $1 million title, because there's like, you ain't gonna have $1 million man rocking like fake gold, and cubic zirconia.
Nah,
You have him out there, he gonna be wearing 24 karat gold with real diamonds.
I mean, it's one of those titles that you want to have in your collection. Well, me personally, I buy my own version of it, but that title, first time seeing it, it was '96 when the Ringmaster, everybody know as Stone Cold Steve Austin, he had that title. And I'm looking at that title like, oh shit, that's a dope title. Then I got the SummerSlam '91 tape and I watched Ted DiBiase defend the title to Virgil and lost the title, and he held the title for a short period of time until he got it back. With that title during that time, it looked prestige, and I wish that title could have been defended a little bit more, but they use it part of Ted DiBiase character. That's part of him, and something that they never seen before in WWF in that time period. And if you would have done it now, well, they did before NXT, but it didn't it didn't capture the essence of the time back in the '90s. Because in the '90s,
Yep.
it was like the most beautiful things you ever seen, and plus it's whole rich. It like you feel rich for that title. Monday is like, okay, it's part of the storyline, it's part of the character.
Yeah.
So different time, different era. But when I work in the modern day with NXT, storyline wise, back in the day, it's one of the most greatest thing ever. Like you want to see that title, you want to hold onto that title. And plus, I think they got that in a vote, in a WWE headquarters vote. So that's the only way you can see that.
Yep.
And speaking of modern day, if you want to talk about diamonds, let's talk about John Cena WWE Championship title,
Yep.
the spinner belt. I know plenty of people hate that title. Me personally, I love that title to death, and it's part of my collection right now as we speak.
Hey, do you also have the U.S. title?
You know what? If I get my tax money, I'm gonna for that U.S. title.
Yeah, I like that one. I actually like the U.S. title a little bit more, but I can't hate up on the world title, WWE title either.
Let me tell you something. The Edge version is okay, but you cannot beat the spinner rated R. Like it was okay, it was cool, but Edge don't want that title. But the John Cena, the spinner version, before he got locked in, this whole still WWE. But the spinner title, it was special because it was blinged out, it was gold, and during that time, hip hop was huge. So a perfect timing, perfect place, right moment. And with that spinner title, it fit for John Cena. Because he was blinged out, and I ain't gonna lie, I do want that big ass Cena chain too.
Yep.
But that title was so beautiful. It was, gold and diamond. It was very blinged out. You could see it, you could hold it. And then you see somebody else hold it. It wasn't weird until Randy Orton hold on to that title. He made a title prestige. Triple H, Edge,
Yep.
who else?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Punk.
And best in the world, CM Punk. Yes, he made that title more special than ever. But it would have been weird if the Undertaker hold that spinner title.
Yeah.
It would be so weird to see him hold that spinner title. It would be so weird to see Great Khali.
Yep.
So weird to see. Well, it would be dope to see MVP hold that title.
Yeah. Dang, that was a missed opportunity, I think.
It was. It really was. If MVP hold on to that title, I think he would have bring back the spinner and he got the chain. I'm like, perfect opportunity.
Oh. Hey, wait a minute. You know what? If you had Booker T hold it, you know what it would be? The Spinner Rooney title.
Oh God, he was. I can see that he put the title right next to him. He spin. They both spin at the same time.
Yeah.
That would have been something.
But no, it was just him as himself, not as King Booker.
Yes, the regular Booker T before King Booker, and we know that would have been too bit dope. Kurt Angle win the spinner title. That would have been weird. He would probably got rid of that title. I can see Shawn Michael winning the title.
Yeah.
Would be weird, but it'd be dope because he got two versions of the titles. But if you talk, and plus you mentioned the U.S. spinner title. That title was beautiful too. It was patriotic. It was diamond and silver. That title was good, and I think nobody will hold to that title but Cena because it got the name Cena in the main plate.
Yeah.
But Cena made that title possible, and if he would have won he did win the WWE Championship. I'm surprised he didn't made that title to spinner title during the current era. But it's one of those titles that you really love, and so many diamonds, so many jewels, and I willing to bet that belt costs twice as more than the $1 Million Man belt.
Yeah, that definitely would have been something up there. But let's see. But like I said, not only just talking about like people when it came to and jewels when it comes to diamonds, but we also think about diamond moments in wrestling, and what I call is because basically they were just pure gems when they happened, and like one for me that always stood out and appropriate enough since we're actually approaching Royal Rumble time. And this was when like even now this is like when I was really early into my fanhood, but still when I think of think of the Royal Rumble, I think of Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior having their brief showdown. And then when I was hearing about, and then I hear about them two now getting ready to main event WrestleMania 6. You talk about the two of the most popular guys in the WWF at that time, and now they're going head to head. It was like, dude, like I felt the electricity like watching it on TV, but I was like, dude, if I could have actually been in that Orlando arena at the time, yeah, I think I would have felt like I was in an earthquake by the way that that crowd was like going off. It was like when you have moments like that, yeah, like I said, and then they still stand the test of time afterwards. That's what we mean by diamond moments.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, diamond moments. I think you talk about diamond, you think about shining through the dark time.
Yeah.
I think CM Punk, because back in the day, people did not care about WWE. Like back in 2011, like yeah, it was popular, but nobody even talk or even think about it. Because if you ask anybody, like 2011, do you still watch wrestling? You will hear, I used to. I stopped watching wrestling during the Attitude Era, or I stopped watching wrestling when WCW or ECW went down. But when CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, that was the fighting moment, and it shined bright, and people still talk about it to this day. Well, until CM Punk come back, it was still talked about it to this day. But the leading up towards the Money in the Bank in Chicago, it was huge. It was very, very defining moment because me being a big fan, I was rooting my ass off for that man because he represent, straight edge. He represent for everybody else. He represent going against the system. And him winning the title and walking away with a WWE Championship and hold to that title and give that kiss. It's kind of like the final moment when Michael Jordan hitting that final shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And you think about that image of him shooting that last jump shot. It's like same thing seeing CM Punk blowing the kiss to Vince McMahon. That's the defining moment in Chicago in which connect the dots. So it brings more eyes to WWE more than ever because of CM Punk, because of that moment. And I don't think nobody else can do that, not this era. But that was a shining moment for WWE and CM Punk.
And then of course we mentioned Ric Flair a little bit earlier, and of course another Royal Rumble moment. And how about 1992? Him going for the full hour and actually winning the Royal Rumble and becoming the WWF champion. And we always talk about how Rick always used to call himself the 60-minute man. Well, in this case, he literally did it. And not only that, and you think about some of the guys that were in this Royal Rumble. Of course, Hulk Hogan was there, Roddy Piper, The Undertaker, Macho Man Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Axel Jim Duggan, The $1 Million Man. Yeah, he was literally in the ring with the who's who of people in there. Of course, the first appearance of Shawn Michaels since the Rockers breakup. Of course, the great Greg the Hammer Valentine, Tito Santana, Big Boss Man, like I said, a whole British Bulldog, a whole host of people up in there, Sid, and Flair outlasted them all.
And I do know that people would consider that one of the most greatest Royal Rumble match of all time. Probably ranked number one because one, the WWE Championship is on the line. Two, everybody gets a shot, including Shawn Michaels, for the first time. And three, not only that, Hulk Hogan got booed.
And
that's the most interesting part. But Ric Flair made everybody look good, and Ric Flair was Survivor, and he earned it. And plus the promo afterwards, holding over the title, that was the most defiant moment and one of the most greatest promo ever in WWF history or WWE history when he winning the championship. Speak of championship, you gotta think about think about Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. That was a diamond moment.
Yep.
Because two guys made hit. Damn, 30 years.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Wow, we should talk about that one. But
yeah, we'll definitely have that one coming up in the next few weeks when we get to our Mania countdown. But yeah, like I said, there's just so many amazing moments in there. Let's go to perhaps one of the funniest promos of all time. And actually, this one's getting ready to hit a milestone in its own right, coming up later this year, the 25th anniversary of Rock, This Is Your Life.
Holy shit, I remember that. I was a little kid after school.
Nick, you were a genius for this one.
That promo, you can't duplicate it. They tried with Bailey and Alexa Bliss, trash. But for this one, it stands of their own time, because that that promo is or the segment ran over. Like it's supposed to be done a little bit early, but it was so great. The rain was getting high and people still talk about it. But that was the shining moment during the Attitude Era because when you think about Attitude Era, you think about all kind of matches and skits. But that one, Mankind and The Rock, them two become the greatest rivals, become two bestest of friends, lead up to great moments. And when Rock did that, it was really funny. And that's something you can look back and watch it over and over again. And during the Attitude Era. Um Speaking of Attitude Era, another diamond moment. Mark Henry, sweet Jesus, you got a penis. No, that was I'll take that back. That was not a diamond moment. Um, the other diamond moment is the beer bath. Stone Cold Steve Austin driving that beer uh to the ring and spray down Vince, The Rock, and Shane, and see Vince McMahon swimming in the beer. Rode WrestleMania to Philly, in which, ironically, WrestleMania to Philly. So that was the final moment, and people still talk about that to this day.
Come on, you can't mention Stone Cold's career without mentioning that name, Beer Trunk.
Yeah, that's anonymous. You can't talk about that. Or you can mirror that with Kurt Angle in the milk truck. that was a classic moment as itself. But that was a classic moment. If you're talking about diamonds, you're talking about diamonds in the rough. No, I ain't talking about TNA.
Even though Simon does have a problem.
Yeah.
Actually, I should have thought about that one right there. And by the way, I gotta say one of the coolest songs ever in Drain STH, as Simon says. Yeah. Simon Diamond, you are a man.
Mm-hmm. And she'll be the Hall of Fame, either TNA or ECW. ECW, another diamond moment. Yeah, it might be a bloody diamond moment. I would say if we can look back to it, just incredible. Finally become the ECW World Champion. I know that's the most fucked up memory of it, but that was the defining moment. It's kind of the reason I choose that for me personally because it reminded me of Shane Douglas promo. Because if you put them to a mirror, both say they both what they wanted. They both walk away as the champions. They both disrespect the titles. Shane Douglas disrespect the NWA championship. Just incredible disrespect the ECW Tag Team Championship. They both tell everybody to kiss their ass, and they both walk away as the champion with the controversial. And that's one thing I do remember with that, which is incredible. And plus, I think I still got that in my tape to this day.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then I think another moment I think of, and since he's getting ready to retire, Sting. And there's one specific moment, and this one, because this was like the very first time he did it. I think back to when Macho Man was kind of in exile at this point, and then Sting right at the United Center, doing his first safety harness repelling entrance. And then he heads to the ring, and then he and Savage like just have that stare down. And I'd say this: that Sting, when he made them entrances, and although the one that he did on the spring break when they were at Club La Vila in Panama City, and he had the helicopter over the ring, and then he made the entrance. And I was like, Sting definitely had his moments when he was the silent assassin, and you know, I would say that's like if, and of course, if we know that Starcade didn't happen the way it actually did, yeah, dude, the luster Sting would have had Starcade gone down the right way, yeah. But don't get it wrong, like still Sting still has his luster and stuff, but oh, dude, if Starcade didn't get screwed up, I don't even make a call right now. WCW didn't go out of business.
I think so too. I think if Sting would World Heavyweight Championship and he moved forward with it, I think. Well, forget think. I know WCW will be here today, and that will cause a big ripple effect. And people still talk about Starcade and WWF. They either be out of business or be a third-rate company, still promote their show in a smaller arena. Um, Sting was a franchise, and he's a diamond of WCW since day one, like through and through. He didn't jump the ship. He didn't, went somewhere else. He's still right there from during the NWA days through WCW towards the end. And he's a true franchise and pretty much winning every single title. The WCW Tag Team title, the television title, the United States title, and the World Heavyweight Championship. The classic version and the big gold belt. So for Sting, you can't take nothing away from him. TNA, same thing. TNA World Heavyweight Champion, part of Main Event Mafia, great moment. WWE, we will not talk about that shit. AEW, a lot of great moments. And parts of me, I really want to become the AEW champion, but his contract say he can't have no single match, but mostly a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a diamond in the rough, and true define of franchise.
Sure. Um, yeah, man, it's so many awesome things, and just want to say this that man, and of course, a personal moment when it comes to diamonds, of course, doing the show, and man, we done made it 75. Enforcer, want to say this personally to you that our big brother, first and foremost, we wish you were here with us to celebrate the moment, but we know something personal came up about, so you weren't able to be with us today, but yeah, we definitely want to thank you for always bringing your flavor to the show each and every week. And I have to say, I don't think I ever laughed more genuinely than I'm with you and then with this brother right here because you know, not only do we talk wrestling, but we also like throw like every sort of reference imaginable under the sun in this show. And and it's it's like a party every week. So yeah, and I am so honored to be with Tudu to have a wrestling appreciation as deep as myself and probably even deeper. Um, and just get to do this every Sunday or whatever weekend. Um, and I can't wait till 100, 200, and 300, and however long we get to do this for because him. And I'd even say this right now, like, even though, like, me personally, I would even say this right now. If somehow we could get the time to do it, like, just to say we did something together, one of these days I will want to do a show with y'all. Like I would even say like Revolution tickets I just saw were like only like $25 or something right now. And even though it was like the nosebleeds, but just to say we were there, I would want to do that with y'all.
Yeah, me too. I would love all three of us, together being one of those big events. Either it's Impact or TNA or
Yeah.
Ring of Honor or AEW or any event, because that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah. And
Me,
Lord help us if we ever get like tickets to our Wrestle Kingdom.
oh God, that'd be a ticket plane, a hotel, a
Yeah.
couple of days of going around Tokyo. My ass be on damn toy spots. but but yeah, me personally, excuse me, me personally, um, it was a great journey, and it blossomed something big, like me appearing in the very first video in Chris Dilworth. Shout out to Chris, appearing in the first Chris Dilworth show on his live Facebook. And I remember one of them say he needed to do his own podcast. And that's why I planted the seed. Did it the first run with Heel Turn podcast with myself and Tori. Shout out to Tori.
Yeah.
And after that, second chance, Embrace the Thirst. And with my brothers, Uris and my brother Antonio. And I have a ball. It's like just three brothers enjoying, talk about wrestling, different views, respectable views. And at the end of the day, we all laugh, we support each other on camera, behind the scenes, and just just be grateful being each other's lives. And also, we did not fight. That's a good thing. But being on us make it through the 75th episode, I know other people with like they're doing too much. They want to give up, whatever. For us, as long as we got passion and love for what we do, I think we can go on beyond something bigger, better, and hopefully people take away from the show with laughter, with education. So it's like we could talk about anything from the past to present, either WWE, AEW, Triple A, or even DDT Pro Wrestling, which I promote the hell of it all throughout the whole year. Um, or even Japan, or even indies, or if you guys bring up different indies, I'll learn something, or something I bring up, y'all learn something. We learn one another, and the audience who will watch this either now or later, they'll feel educated, because wrestling is big, and not only that, it is huge globally, either you're indies or mainstream. And yeah, and our main mission, our main goal is entertain and educate. That's our two main goals for Embrace the Thirst.
Yep. By the way, and in case you don't hear some really, really, really loud laughing right now, yeah, folks, it just became a final. Yeah, Packers 48, Cowboys 32, which means Chris will probably be a lot more lit up on tonight's edition of hashtag Heels for Life.
Oh,
yeah, just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, Mass Acting, there's something we meant to do last week, and we should have. I don't know if we did do it or not, but if we didn't, we want to also send our thoughts and prayers to everybody out in Japan, because I know, like, of course, New Year's Day, they actually suffered that horrendous earthquake just before. And yeah, so we want to send our thoughts and prayers to anybody who lost someone special during that earthquake. And to those of you who survived, thoughts, prayers for you guys. Yeah, because of course, like because we love our wrestling fans over in Japan, but not just as wrestling fans, but just as people in general. So definitely
Hmm.
send our thoughts, prayers to you guys out there. Um, and speaking of Japan, like I said, we were supposed to do Battle in the Valley, but we was going to save that one for next week. Also, oh lords, yeah. Also next week, it's also our Royal Rumble preview show. Yeah.
Ooh, perfect timing. You know what? Since I'm be off next weekend,
Yep.
we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble preview. We're going to talk about Battle of the Valley, which all of us going to talk about that. Also, finally, WrestleMania Dream and Nightmares.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, and pretty much it'll be a very heavy New Japan and WWE episode.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that to the fullest T.
Yeah,
So,
and actually, I believe something else should be coming up this week, if I'm
matter of
not
fact,
mistaken. Oh yeah, like I said, new beginning in Nagoya, and
mhm.
by the way, yeah, let's run down this card real quick. Okay, so this one will be New Japan Nagoya, like I said, going to be this coming Saturday, over at the Aichi Prefectural Gym in Aichi, Japan, in Tokyo. All right, main event's going to be Tamatanga defending the Never Openweight Championship against Evil, the leader of the House of Torture. Um, yeah, King of Pro Wrestling provisional matchup. Of course, the current champion, Bone Soldier himself, Taiji Ishimori, will defend it against the Great Khan in that Empire. Okay, and then got a 10-man tag featuring the new LIJ, of course, that being IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya Naito, Last Dragon Shingo Takagi, Time Bomb Hiromu Takahashi, Bushi, and the newest member Yoda Tsuji. Yeah, they're going to be taking on just just five guys, and of course that being former champion Sonata, yeah, Doki, Taichi, Yuya Oyamura, who's also the newest member of the Just Five Guys, and of course Taka Michinoku. All right, so I have that. Then we have another um 10-man tag featuring the Bullet Club War Dogs, that of course being the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion David Finlay teaming up with uh Gabriel Kidd, Alex Coughlin, Joe Maloney, and the Wild Rhino Clark Connors. They'll be taking on, of course, new. They'll be taking on Jeff Cobb, Hanare, and of course the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Francesco Carrot, TJP, aka Catch 22 for the United Empire, and they'll be teaming up with Caleb Newman. Oh, who is actually the newest member of the United Empire. So we'll have those as well. In an 8-man tag team matchup, we'll have Togi Makabe teaming up with the Never Openweight 6-man tag team champions Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull, and the New Japan Television champion Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi, and they will take on the Mighty Don't Kneel, of course, former television champion Zack Sabre Jr., Kosei Fujita, and Mikey Nichols and Shane Hayes. The tag team action. This one non-title, but the unified tag team champions from Guerrillas of Destiny, Hikuleo, and El Fantasmo will take on Kenta and Chase Owens from Bullet Club. Then more tag team action. Yep, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion El Desperado will team with Master Wato to take on Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Sho. All right, and more tag team action. Tomoaki Homa will team up with the Shooter Shota Umino to take on Yujihiro Takahashi and Ren Narita. And then in the kickoff matchup, Shomakato will take on Katsuya Murashima. And that'll be the new beginning in Nagoya this Saturday. This Saturday live from Aichi Prefectural Gymnasium in Aichi, Japan.
Yep. Well, it'll be a very stacked card, and everybody will be watching that. And I would definitely watch that as well. See Tama Tonga lose that title because it'd be his last month, unfortunately.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but yo, that's gonna be it. We got us a stacked show for next week. Again, thank y'all for joining us for number 75, y'all.
Yes. And if you like the show, if you love it, please hit the like, subscribe, and share on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you get the Rumble, I think our episode on that show as well. And next week, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Dream and Nightmare, and
Battle on the Valley.
Yes, Battle of the Valley. So, I'm your boy Heel Carmichael.
Yep. And I'm Diamond Dalreese Page. Bang!
Yes. And always feel the diamond.
Yeah. And embrace the thirst.
Yes. And feel it deep in.
See y'all.
See ya.
75 and counting.
Yes. More.